mass layoffs are hitting Sports Illustrated. It could be hundreds or it could be their entire writing staff getting fired right now. Their publisher has made the decision, and this is only a couple of months after it was found out that they were using fake AI journalists to write their articles with fake pseudonyms, fake profile pictures and bios, and they just didn't address it and deleted everything. And I saw that Jordan Peterson tweeted about this, posting that infamous photo from one of their covers with a plus-size model named Yumi Nu. This was from back in 2022. He got in big trouble for calling this out, this body positivity push that they were doing.
Yeah.
He said, "Mass layoffs hit Sports Illustrated. I can't imagine why." And there is the cover. She is, fat. And he basically said, "Sorry, not hot." What he originally said, though, was, "Sorry, not beautiful, and no amount of authoritarian tolerance is going to change that." And he later said, "The use of that model, who was not athletic, remember, Sports Illustrated, was manipulative economically and in relation to the model herself, although she participated in her own exploitation."
Did you see the one that went fairly viral recently, where it says like woman wearing size 22 dress dubbed perfect, and then like Lauren Chen put she has like back cleavage?
Oh, I saw that. Yeah. And I also saw a clip of Blair White talking about a lot of body positivity activists and influencers that are dying because, it's not healthy to be obese.
This is toxic femininity rearing its ugly head, ladies and gentlemen. This is the culture of women who tell their friends that they're beautiful. That affirm their friends and say, "Oh my gosh, you're so beautiful." It's like when I was telling you the story about that time I was watching the one trend. It's like, "Oh, we're this. Of course we're going to do this." And it was like, we're a prison couple. Of course we're going to do this. And all the comments were like, "Oh my God, I love your relationship." And it's all women just ruining this woman's life by affirming the bad choices that she's making.
Yeah, because a lot of women just have this pathological need for their feelings and their decisions to be validated and affirmed from the outside, and usually that's on social media. But it's not true. It's not true.
People are taking issue with Jordan. Somebody says severely overweight, ? LMAO.
Yeah, a lot of people, when he originally called this out for her being overweight, were saying that she's not overweight. And I mean, if you look at the picture, can you pull it up? If you look at the picture, she's overweight. Yes. There's nothing controversial about stating that fact, but the standards are changing for what we consider to be overweight or plus size or obese, I guess, culturally, because everyone is getting fatter, which means that our standards are getting lower.
Yeah.
And I guess with this get woke, go broke debate, it's kind of a chicken or egg situation. Like, is Sports Illustrated firing massive amounts of their staff because they went woke and people stopped buying? Or is it that they were already failing? They were already sinking because, it's a dying form of media anyway. And then pushing body positivity and putting trans models on their covers was a misguided approach to bringing their brand back. Which didn't end up working out.
Leads me to my point. Okay, so I decided to do my research as far as Sports Illustrated swimsuit covers goes. I love my job, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
So I decided. So they listed when I was reading this article, it basically said that the problems started in 2020, right? I said, so what changed between the year before then and all the way through? So this is the swimsuit cover models from 2019. Tyra Banks coming back.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I find interesting about it, so if you go to each of their covers, it says swimsuit 2019, and it's got a picture of her, right? You go through the other cover models, and it's the same thing. It's just the cover, and it says swimsuit 2019. But then here you get into 2020, and it says, I like this one, it says life, levity, and the pursuit of beauty. That's kind of good, right? It's pretty generic, but fine, right?
Yeah.
Here's what the headlines say in 2021. Opening eyes, breaking truths, changing minds. I don't know what the frick any of that has to do with swimsuits.
Is that Megan Thee Stallion?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
So, and Naomi Osaka and Lena Bloom. So again, but I don't know.
Well, that Lena Bloom model is trans.
There you go. Okay,
that's the first time that they put a trans model on the Sports Illustrated swimsuit cover in 2021.
The point here, opening eyes, speaking truths, changing minds, has nothing to do with swimsuit models. We go into 2022. And then this one, you have Kim Kardashian. You have Maya Musk. I'm sorry. You can say all you want. She's an old lady, and she should not be on the cover of Sports Illustrated.
And neither should Martha Stewart. But they put Martha Stewart on the cover last year, right?
So here's the thing. So and this one, if you look at it, it says, what does it say? It says, be the change you want to see. What the fuck does that have to do with being a swimsuit model?
What it means is that they are saying the quiet part out loud. They believe that they can social engineer men's preferences that are biological to make them something else. It's like
the hubris of that.
The executives at Pornhub admitting in that Sound Investigations hit piece where they said we insert certain themes into pornography to change men's preferences. Now they see it as products, right? Yeah. They're inserting like transgenderism into pornography to change men's preferences, right? Or they're inserting, age gaps or violence or different themes into pornography. They're trying to social engineer what men prefer to see, and it didn't work out.
Correct.
Because you can't beat nature.
So the question is, did they fail because they made these changes, or were they already failing and these were their Hail Mary attempts to try and regarner interest in their brand?
And here's the
here's the 2020.
The Martha Stewart cover.
Megan Fox, Kim Petras, and
Petras, another trans model.
What if Brooks Nader is related to Ralph Nader? That'd be based.
Yeah, this started even earlier than that, though. I think there was some pushback to Ronda Rousey being on the cover back in 2016.
Yeah.
So I mean, it started even before 2019, but it's a slow approach.
I only went that
it's like
far
a
back
gradual
because they
change.
mentioned 2020 in the article. That's just when they seem to indicate that was when the problem started.
Yeah.
And the issue here is that everything has to be for everyone now, and you're not allowed to just have a magazine full of hot women so that men can look at pictures of hot women.
Yeah.
Everything has to be some type of cause. We got a $20 one here from organizedbusinesssolutions.com. Says Sports Illustrated is dying. I can see any type of woman in it with bathing suits online. Also, Sports Illustrated used ChatGPT. We forgot about that. We were going to mention that. And with not just like ChatGPT articles, but fake AI, actual writers, not real people. Right? Saves time and can do the same thing on my ad copy every day. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, one of the takes I saw was, I doubt one obese model on the cover of Sports Illustrated killed the magazine. Just as likely, if less gratifying to anti-woke social media, is that Sports Illustrated were already in trouble, and the Yumi New cover was part of a desperate attempt to reinvigorate the brand in the face of it. In other words, it's much more likely that what killed Sports Illustrated is the fact that horny men can now scroll an infinity of barely clothed young women on Instagram for free.
Yep.
So they don't need to buy Sports Illustrated to see women in bikinis. They can see that on OnlyFans. They can see that on Instagram.
It's also funny because I remember when Playboy said they were going to stop doing nudity. Like U.S. Playboy said we're not going to do nudity anymore, and they
when
changed
did that
that was
happen?
Like right after Hugh died.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. There have been a lot of retcon stories about what was going on in Playboy, in the Playboy mansion.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like, I guess the demand was already waning, and they were like, how do we, like, it was like what happened with Bud Light. Like some stupid, misguided HR executive.
Not misguided, on purpose. Absolutely intentional. I don't buy misguided for 1 second. I believe it's absolutely intentional. And
did they want women to start buying Sports Illustrated swimsuit?
No,
issues?
they want
I don't understand.
They want men in the vein of Jacob Elordi to start buying swimsuit issues.
Yeah, and where is the money going to come from? I don't think that they're gonna make a comeback after this.
It's funny because, like I said, I went to the store the other day and there was plenty of magazines on the rack, but it was like all the ones that I saw just seemed to be for older demos, right? Like I just don't know if I buy that like a lot of young people are going to go out and buy that, or even like are still getting them delivered. Like I could see like, is National Geographic still around? I'm sure National Geographic is still around. Those things still exist, but that's different.
Yeah.
Do you also, a lot of these companies tried to move to digital in like the mid 2000s. It was already too late.
Yeah, they even like magazines like Men's Health, right, started publishing articles about these issues, like
thank you guys,
woke issues.
Thank you. Let's go.
Talking about like this new birth control that's for men or
wait,
whatever.
What?
You know, I mean, it's been going on for a while now.
When your pullout game is just so bad, you have to get male birth control.
But yeah, Jordan Peterson called this out
long time ago
before this ever happened.
Got in serious trouble for it. He got very yelled at on the internet for this.
He said beauty is an ideal. Almost all of us fall short of an ideal. I'm not willing to sacrifice any ideal to faux compassion, period. And certainly not the ideal of athletic beauty. And his point about the model participating in her own exploitation was so necessary, because she was so willing to be tokenized. And
that's the majority of it now, though. Most people don't have a problem with it because they're looking at it from a financial and like look, okay, one of the things that I always say, and a lot of people will push back on this, say, look, I don't ever begrudge someone for taking the paycheck. I don't. Like, I don't.
Sure.
They're putting their ability to feed themselves and pay their rent ahead of social causes. I have no problem with that. But I do understand that the problem is that the opportunity is being offered to begin with. I'm not going to hate on a person for taking a job.
I think if you're a plus size model, your whole career is tokenized and ideological in nature.
Look, I say it all the time. I go to Target. I'm like, why are the models just like normal looking people?
You can't social engineer people in the span of 5 to 10 years to not recognize beauty where it exists. I mean,
also,
you cannot counteract millions of years of evolution and the fact that, you know, objective beauty still exists.
And I guess like Target would be a different example, because like Target, like do you buy that? Like, look, when you're selling things to women are okay with looking at like women that look like themselves, or like traditional looking, like normal looking women as opposed to men.
I don't even believe women want that.
You don't?
Yeah, I think women are being told that they want realistic bodies to be represented for the marketing.
Yeah.
But, you know, look at what happened to Victoria's Secret. Their entire target demographic is women.
Yeah.
And when they started pushing body positivity, and also trans models and, you know, amputee models and models in wheelchairs, et cetera, like the list goes on, women didn't buy it. Yeah. And when they discontinued the Victoria's Secret fashion show, that also appealed to women. They want aspirational imagery for themselves too. You can't social engineer. You can lie to yourself all you want, but what people want to see is aspirational figures, and this is not it.
I don't know if you'll ever get back to that, because these companies they've been kind of propped up for so long that I just don't know if you're ever going to see these changes. Victoria's Secret had all those problems. They said they were going to change. They never did.
And after issuing this fake mea culpa, like, I still go to their website and see the same thing. Yeah. They have not changed their trajectory at all.
It's weird to see that the fact that it's because of the internet in a lot of ways. I believe that you can't, there is no like unique space for anyone anymore. Everything has to kind of exist in this just blob of internet. Whereas back in the day, you were perfectly fine creating what you wanted to create, and you had your market share, you had the people that wanted to buy your products, and you didn't worry about appealing to people outside of the demographics you were looking to appeal to. Now everything has to be some type of broadly done, far-reaching product that is supposed to appeal to everyone, even people that theoretically wouldn't even want to buy your stuff. And it's kind of homogenized everything that we've created now in the last 10 years.
I forgot that Kim Petras was also on the cover of Playboy.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, same year as the Sports Illustrated cover.
Yeah.
Men don't want trans models.
Nope.
unless they're gay.
I forgot about the Ronda Rousey one. You are correct that there was some pushback about Ronda Rousey when she was on the cover, but she was also like, she was one of those people that's in that time period where she was so famous at that time, she was so popular that at least that made sense.
But at least you could argue, you know, she still has an athletic body type.
Yeah.
But you know,
but she didn't
Kim
have the
Kardashian doesn't.
She didn't have the face of a traditional model.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't see this changing anytime soon.
Small concessions are made gradually, and you know, it creeps in. The wokeness creeps in, and if you're the one who points it out early on, you're gaslit and you're told that you're imagining things, and then you end up here where every cover model is trans, every cover model has a disability or is obese. And there's no turning back from that point. It's a very difficult thing to persuade the average everyday person out of, because the average everyday person is not a bigot and does not want to offend people. Yeah, they've been just so like whipped with guilt. Yes. So when they notice it and they point it out, they are so concerned about being labeled a certain way that they just let it happen. Especially women. Yeah. But I don't think that men are as susceptible to that. I think they're willing to say that this is not what they want.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.